It was around 1 a.m. The sky was nearly pitch black. The moon was a faint, faraway spotlight, compared to the flickering yellow streetlights that lit up my way. I had taken a walk late at night, since I got home from work extremely late and couldn't fall asleep. Although it seemed like I was the only one out, I still remembered to be extremely aware of my surroundings. I lived in a shady apartment complex, so it wasn't unusual for me to keep my guard up, especially alone at night. The street was completely empty, except for a van parked on the side of the road. I kept my head straight and tried to avoid eye contact with the car. In the dark, I could see a silhouette of 3 men getting out the car together. Despite my efforts not to look, I still glanced over as I passed. When I let my eyes adjust to the dark, I could make out that 2 of the men were holding up another one in between them. In my mind, I didn't see anything weird about it. I just assumed they were carrying their drunk friend home from the bar. There was a dark stain on the front of the shirt on the guy in the middle. I couldn't tell the color in the dim light, but it looked new. The only other noticeable thing about him was his blonde hair. When they saw me staring at them, they hurried away quicker. It seemed like they didn't want me to interact with them, which I didn't plan on doing. I accidentally made eye contact with one of them. His eyes glared at me. Then he continued to carry his friend away. I looked away because he gave me the creeps. There was something not right about him. When I looked back, the men were gone. This time I decided this was getting too weird and started to walk back to my apartment. Whenever I made it back to my apartment complex, I heard some strange noises from the side of the building. I ignored my gut feeling and hurried back to my room. I decided to just report it in the morning. All night I kept thinking about the weird encounter with the men. Something just didn't feel right. Eventually I was finally able to sleep. In the morning, I entered the elevator to go to work. I almost forgot about the whole scene the night before, but then I saw a poster hanging up on the side of the elevator that made me freeze. A dead body had been found near the building. I walked outside and caught a glimpse of the body. The dead man had a familiar dark stain on his shirt and blonde hair. I came to a horrifying realization. Last night, those men weren't carrying their friend. They were moving a dead body.